I think today, as always, I believe in looking forward. And the president, in his Democracy Day address, has set out the markers as to where we were coming from. And he has set up beacons as to the direction we should take to make our country great, to strengthen democracy, and to defend democracy at all times. And I believe that his speech was very inspiring, and I think all right-thinking men and women of this country should very carefully go through and be inspired by it and be guided by it. It's a great day. I don't know when is enough enough. May his soul rest in peace. The president, Abiola, is no more. We can't bring him back. And whatever we do will never bring him back to life. But we should never forget. We should be inspired by his courage. We should be inspired by his steadfast commitment. And we should be inspired by his willingness to sacrifice his life, which he has, and for which I think the country will forever be grateful.
And the federal government, in their wisdom, decided to set out this date, June 12th of every year, to be marked as a remembrance day for democracy. And the activities of that 1993 election that graduated into the democratic election of 1999 till date without interruption. So military rule is now no longer fashionable, and it has never been witnessed in Nigeria. And will never be witnessed again in Nigeria. So democracy has come to stay, and political practitioners like us are excited that we are now also looking like part of the world, where democracy, which is government of the people, for the people and by the people. So today we are celebrating our people, celebrating the opportunity given to us by God to be able to elect our own leaders by ourselves. And we are very happy with it. So I'm happy that all over the country, today is being celebrated in memorial of those who lost their lives, and as a way of recognizing symbol of democracy for Nigeria.
June 12 represents a deliberate attempt to enthrone the sanctity of democracy and due process as far as elections are concerned. It also borders on fundamental human rights, the right of people to vote freely and choose their own leaders. The abandonment of this principle led to unprecedented consequences by way of demonstrations when that annulment was made. That was long ago, but we give glory to God that today we are celebrating this very important landmark in the history of our country. Remember, it was in 2019 that President Muhammadu Buhari declared June 12th a work-free day. And by that tradition, the present government is continuing to walk in the steps of the last administration. And the President and Commander-in-Chief, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is regarded as one of the most critical persons in the struggle for the attainment of that mandate. And that is why we're very happy that today he's here as president.
It's a milestone for the country. It means that we are making progress as far as freedom is concerned. And it's also a period for sober reflections. When you look at the events that happened 30 years ago, we let MKO Abiola, may his soul rest in peace. And then we are celebrating this day, to commemorate that event. It's very humbling in a way. And then for us to be alive to see this happening and almost 7 times of change of pattern in democracy shows clearly that Nigeria is moving forward in freedom. And I believe under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu also in prosperity.
Are we really catching on the gains of this day?
Yeah, definitely, because of course you've seen the last election. That was the first cashless election in Nigeria. And in spite of that, Nigerians still trooped out to make a decision, to bring out leaders of their choices. So we are very excited, and we know that there is hope for the future. We will cash in by ensuring peace, and then ensuring that we work towards a secured nation where everybody can sleep with their eyes closed. And of course, we bring back prosperity. We produce what we consume, and we consume what we produce, and we are already starting. And I believe that the internal refineries are now going to kick in with the abrogation of the subsidy, which was a terrible cankerworm. I don't know the statistics, but somebody's telling me that over 69 million barrels a day were being consumed before the subsidy, but now it has reduced to less than 15. And then the neighboring countries are rioting because we're actually subsidizing for almost all our neighbors in West Africa, while we're depleting our resources and we're getting poorer while they were enjoying their lives. So today Nigerians have hope, a renewed hope that yes, indeed, the resources that we are going to save from the policies being taken already by this present administration will be used for humanity and used to enhance the living standard of Nigerians. So we are cashing in on this day.
Of the struggle, right, that make sure that we can have an enduring democracy. And we've had one now that's ongoing for like 24 years, and we're thankful that indeed there is no alternative to democracy, and we just need to continue to nurture it, continue to build on it. Whatever our differences are, let's all clean it up, because there is no better means of people representation than have representative of people in position of governance, which reflects the yearnings and the aspirations of his people. So it just reflects everything about us, and it's been demonstrated here today. Our culture, our diversity, which should always be our unity. And it's also a time for everybody in position of leadership to know that we have to do everything to continue to respect the rule of law, ensuring that it's fairness, it's equity, and the things that will continue to unite us as a people. That's what it stands for. Thank you.